Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. So in this video we are just going to talk about Prime Battle LRs. What is a Prime Battle LR, how do they work, and basically how do you get them. So Prime Battle LRs appear under the Challenge tab. A Prime Battle LR will have two phases. The first phase will be when the Prime Battle LR is first released, in which they won't have a bonus. The stamina cost of the stage will be normal, and then there's the second phase when they come out again with a big Prime Battle LR campaign where you can get a whole bunch of bonuses. So we'll take Krillin for example. When Krillin first came out, there were no bonuses, no nothing for Krillin. Everything was the stock standard stamina cost, and it was just, here is Prime Battle Krillin, farm him. So you got to farm him. He was up for roughly a month. You do stage 1, which is obviously 10 stamina, stage 2, which is 15 stamina, and then you do stage 3, which is 25 stamina. Now, in terms of a Prime Battle, you get the copies of the unit from stage 1, you get the medals for its TUR Awakening from stage 2, and you get its medals for its LR Awakening from stage 3. All of them require 15 medals to get to TUR, and 777 medals to get to LR. And you can see that is consistent across all of the units. It's the same on Boo as is on Krillin, and it's going to be the same on even older units like the Prime Battle Frieza. So when you are farming these units, when they first come out, there will be no bonus, and you can only take on the stage with units that drop from events, so free to play teams. When you take on these events, you have a month or so, and you basically farm your first copy of the LR. That's what I always do. I farm my first copy of the LR, I farm it to 10, and I 100% its hidden potential. So you go farm 10 copies of it, you farm 14 copies of it, sorry, you awaken its paths, you raise its SA to 10, and eventually you get the 777 medals, and then you have it ready. Once you have completed that unit, a second phase will come out a couple months later. It's not usually specified, sometimes it's very quick, sometimes it's a little bit of a wait, and you get the LR Prime Battle campaign. You will see during the Prime Battle campaign that all of the stamina requirements for these stages are halved, and that there is a bonus category that appears for that stage, and that bonus category will remain permanently. The stamina will be just for the duration of the campaign, but the bonus category will remain permanently. For example, with Boo and Babidi, it is the Majin Buu saga, and you can see we get a boost there. That boosts the drop rate of medals, copies of the unit, and everything like that, and items like Oolong can really help out with that. Prime Battle campaigns are usually announced via the news system. They will be announced. If we go to the news, we can go here and see that there's an LR Prime Battle campaign currently for Boo and Babidi. And when it's announced, you get a whole bunch of rewards, 20 stones, 7 Kais, and a whole bunch of orbs, basically to refund you for the investment you put in. If you have the unit done before the LR campaign starts, you get an additional 10 stones, couple Kais, and some orbs. So that's the incentive to do the Prime Battle when it first comes out and have it at least at an LR level before the campaign comes out at a later stage. The thing with Prime Battle units that's important to note is that Prime Battle units don't go away permanently. They are here forever, so you can always grab Prime Battle units at a later stage, which is a very important thing. In terms of Prime Battle difficulty, the stages are very easy. In terms of challenging the stage, you can only use units that drop from events. So we'll take on this stage here just so you can see the difficulty. I have done this stage already. You will see a link to how best to take on the Boo and Babidi stage down below. If you want to, you can copy my team from this video for max boost. But essentially it's very straightforward, it's very easy, it's not too difficult, it's something that new players can do, and that's the thing about Prime Battle LRs. They're a grind in terms of stamina amount, but they're very easy in terms of difficulty, which makes them nice, easy to access units that a lot of free-to-play players can grab and get and incorporate into their teams and really help them out. So it's very nice way to improve your box and improve your leads, because some of them are really coming out with some decent leader skills. But you'll take on the stages like I have here. Like I said, stage 1 for the copies, stage 2 for the TUR medals, and stage 3 for the LR medals. And as you take on these stages, you'll farm up the requisite copies. 14 of Dbz, 15 of the medals, and 777 of the LR medals. But you can only take on these stages with units that drop from other events. So if we take a look at how we can build this team here, we can only use, you'll see all the units have this little triangle, this prohibited sign on them. And the reason is that none of those units drop from events. Even free-to-play units you can get with currency or come from friend summons or anything like that, are not usable in this event. Only units that drop from a story event stage are usable in this event. So just keep that in mind when you're trying out. Like, you can't use the chocolate units or anything like that. You can only use units that drop from an event. It's not so much of an issue now, but it's just something to keep in mind while you're taking on the stage. That being said, you're probably wondering, when can I do all the other prime battles? Well, there are several other prime battles. They are denoted by the prime battle marking. It literally says prime battle in red, and they'll appear as follows. The AGL trunks will appear on Mondays with all the other agility events. On Tuesday, the 2 tech units, First Form Cell and the Super Saiyan Goku, will appear. On Wednesday, which is Int, the Vegeta, which is the Extreme Int Prime Battle, will appear. On Thursday, which is Strength, the Extreme Strength Prime Battle, Frieza will appear. Frieza and Goku currently both have Extreme Z Awakenings. Links to those will be placed in my description below. And on Fridays, which is today when I'm filming the video, Dbz and Boo and Krillin will appear. During the course of when their event is first announced, and during the course of their Prime Battle campaign, they will be up for the space of the period of a month for the entire duration. Now, in terms of Prime Battles, it's always worth it to grab Prime Battles. The reason why you want to grab Prime Battles is because, one, they're incredibly useful. Units like Krillin are very high Earthlings leads. They're great in long form events. A lot of them now are useful at least in SBR and ESBR. And even the ones that are considered not so useful right now will probably get LR Awakenings in future. Like if we look at Prime Battle Frieza, he went from being a very, very average LR to being one of the best free-to-play cards in the game, if not one of the top cards in the game. And the same with Goku. Goku went from being very, very, very poor as a unit to being very exceptional. So you should always grab these Prime Battle LRs, and there's something really to work towards. They're basically free LRs that you can rainbow, and there's nothing wrong with that. In terms of the LRs, I always suggest that when the Prime Battle first is announced, you farm your first copy to SA10. That means you need 14 of the card, 15 medals, and 777 medals. It will take a while, but at least when you have it done, it's worth it. And you will also get the bonuses from the LR campaign when the special campaign comes out later. That's when I usually farm the second copy of my LR to raise it to SA20. I've done that process with every single Prime Battle LR so far, and I've always gotten the rewards for both. But that's going to be about it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you need any more help, please leave a comment down below. But as always, cheers, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe, and bye!